Welcome to the Blanco Wellness Podcast. Thank you for being here. Take a breath, settle in, and let's talk today about one of the most practically useful ideas in the entire Taoist tradition, and one of the most consistently misunderstood. There is a concept in Taoism that has been studied, debated, and returned to for thousands of years. It is called Wu Wei, and it is most commonly translated as non-action or non-doing. That translation, taken literally, makes it sound like a philosophy of passivity, a justification for sitting still while life happens around you. It is nothing of the sort. Wu Wei describes something considerably more precise and considerably more demanding, the quality of action that is fully aligned with the nature of a situation, effort that works with what is actually there rather than against it, movement that follows the grain of things rather than forcing across it. The distinction is easier to feel than to describe. Think about trying to open a jar with a stuck lid. One approach is to apply maximum force directly against the resistance, straining until something gives or something breaks. The other is to take a moment, run the lid under warm water, let the physics of the situation work with you rather than against you, and find that what felt immovable releases with almost no effort at all. The goal was identical in both cases. The quality of the engagement was entirely different. Wu Wei is the second approach, applied not just to jars, but to the full range of how we move through life. Nature demonstrates this without argument. The river does not force its way through the landscape. It finds what is already open, moves through the available space, adapts continuously to what each new stretch of ground presents. It never stops, never gives up, never becomes passive. But it also never wastes energy arguing with what cannot be moved directly. Over geological time, this patient, persistent, adaptive movement accomplishes what brute force cannot. It carves canyons from solid stone. The power is real. The method is not force. Most people, when they encounter sustained difficulty, reach for more force. The relationship is struggling, apply more pressure. The career is not moving, push harder. The outcome is not arriving, control more variables. This response is so instinctive that it barely registers as a choice. And sometimes it is the right response. But often it is not, and the exhaustion it produces, the particular grinding tiredness of sustained effort directed against something that is not moving, is one of the most common forms of unnecessary suffering available. Wu Wei asks a different question. Not how do I push harder, but what is this situation actually asking for? Not how do I force this outcome, but what would happen if I worked with what is already here rather than against it? The Tao Te Ching puts it plainly. The sage does not strive and therefore accomplishes. This is not a description of laziness. It is a description of a different quality of intelligence, the kind that reads situations accurately enough to know when effort is called for and when it is making things worse. Consider the examples that illuminate this most clearly. Sleep cannot be forced into arrival. The trying produces exactly the wakefulness it was designed to end. Creative insight consistently appears not during intense effort, but in the relaxed aftermath of it, when the pressure has briefly released and the mind is allowed to do what it does naturally when not gripping. Genuine connection between people deepens not through management or strategy, but when both people relax enough to simply be present with each other. In each case, the thing being sought moves further away under direct pursuit and becomes available when the pursuit relaxes. This is not mysticism. It is an accurate observation about how certain categories of human experience actually work. The Taoist farmer provides the clearest practical model. The farmer does not sit idle waiting for crops to appear. There is real and sustained effort involved. The preparing of soil, the planting, the tending, the protecting. but there is also a clear and honest recognition of where the farmer's effort ends and where the process of growth takes over. No amount of additional effort can make a seed grow faster than it grows. No amount of anxiety about the outcome will improve it. What is within reach is the quality of the conditions, the care and the tending. What is not within reach is the timing and the unfolding. The farmer who understands this distinction works with genuine effort and genuine trust simultaneously, which is precisely what Wu Wei describes. In your own life, the practice begins with a single honest question. Where are you currently applying force that is not moving anything? Not the productive effort, the genuine work that is building something real, but the specific, exhausting effort of arguing with what is, insisting on outcomes the situation is not yet ready to deliver, controlling what cannot be controlled, forcing what would flow more freely if the grip loosened. That energy, redirected from fighting the river toward following it, tends to produce more than the fighting ever did. As we close today, I want to leave you with one thing to consider. Choose one situation in your life that currently feels like a struggle and ask honestly, am I fighting reality here, or am I genuinely engaging with it? Is this effort aligned with what the situation actually is, or am I pushing against what is in the hope that it will become what I need it to be? The answer may not require a dramatic change. It may simply require a different quality of relationship with what is already there. Because sometimes the most powerful thing available is not more force. It is the wisdom to stop forcing, and the trust to let things move, as they are already inclined to move. Thank you for being here with me today. Until next time, be well.